And we'll take you straight to the action here in the top of the second inning. It's a 1-1 game in the top of the second. And Long Beach Hartwell, they are the visiting team here in this one. So they'll have 5, 6, and 7 hitters, and Alan Machado, David Sanchez, and Trevor Torres in that order. As for Santa Cruz, Elliott Smith is on the bump and fires a breaking ball strike to Machado 0-1. Starting defense here for Santa Cruz, we have Duran in left, Danworth in center, and Adams playing over and right. Infield looks like this: Turvey at third, Skinner at short, Dodrill over at second, Casper is on first, behind the dish is Lyons, and it's the righty Elliott Smith. That one is going to be chopped foul for Machado, and the count's going to be 1-2. The Long Beach lineup: Brown was the one hitter, James 2, Santillan 3, and Jordan Rivers 4. This will be a bouncer going to third. Going to be trouble afoot, but showing off the arm a bit there from Ewan Turvey. I mean, that's not an easy play. I mean, as a third baseman, yes, you take that step back to be able to glove the ball, but then you have to be able to come up with a great throw across the diamond, and Turvey making that look very routine to retire Machado. And with one away, here is David Sanchez. It was a 13-pitch first inning here for Elliott Smith. As far as Long Beach is concerned, Anthony Carrillo was on the mound, and he had 14 pitches in that first inning. And both starters with an earned run on the board. And there's a ground ball over to second. Dodrill stays low with it. So this time around, Elliott Smith really inducing some of the weak contact. And with 2 gone, here is Trevor Torres, the backstop for Long Beach Hartwell. Sun is setting here in the city of West Covina. 0-1, the count here to Torres. 87 degrees. I mean, we were working with 96 degrees at the peak of the afternoon. So definitely much better, much cooler conditions. 1-1 here to Torres. And temperature is going to continue to decline as this night progresses. Look out from a bouncing baseball, and the count's going to go 2-1. So at 8 o'clock, 84, 9 o'clock, 81. So definitely much better conditions than we have experienced all day long. Of course, with the sun setting. The 2-1 pitch. Shook that one foul, and the count is going to go 2-2. Should this inning be extended, on deck is Anthony Carrillo. As the 2-2 catches the outer half of the plate at a strike 3 call. Another one will bite the dust. This time, Elliott Smith able to record a 1-2-3 inning, retiring the last 6 Long Beach batters. 1-1 the score. Smith settling very well into this game after the run allowed by Jacob Brown. As we head to the bottom of the second inning, it'll be Duran, Lyons, and Adams in that order. And just like that, turning on the first pitch and a base hit, almost bouncing over David Sanchez out there. And the one thing about this field, balls bounce. That is a big thing to take advantage and really take note of. I mean, we've seen balls that are going to look like a routine play that ends up bouncing over the position player and ends up resulting in a base hit. So they're not able to get on, and now it is Mike Lyons that is at the plate, strike 1. Last game of the day. And it certainly has already been a treat through an inning and a half, and Lyons does go after it, and Duran will advance over to second on the wild pitch. 2 strikes. well, just looking at the bracketology, right now we do have the morning game for tomorrow, set of West Covina and Kauai that are going to be going at it as the 0-2 pitch waved at and missed, and another one will bite the dust on good morning, good afternoon, and good night. So with one away, second K of the start here for Carrillo, and here comes Adams. And the first pitch is right down the torta, and it is a called strike 0-1. And well, Kauai trying to be back on the winning side of the bracket. I mean, they've already taken one L, and it was an L against this Long Beach team. I mean, you're seeing exactly what makes this Long Beach team a success. But at the same time, Elliott Smith, he is matching Carrillo's nastiness. As right now, Elliott Smith does have a bit of those bragging rights, flexing, putting away the last 6 Hartwell hitters. So Kauai with their win with 3 innings and able to score 15 runs against Alma Washington. Well, that gave Kauai the win. Gets that one in the inner half. Adams could not get the barrel inside, and another one bites the dust on Buenos dias, buenas tardes y buenas noches. And it's just a great spot here for Carrillo, and it looks like head coach Matt Page will be taking the ball here from Carrillo. But a job well done here for the righty, trying to keep that pitch count low, and would very much like for him to pitch tomorrow, as we will have a new pitcher on the mound for Hartwell. So still here in the bottom of the second inning, there are 2 gone. Runner in scoring position in the form of Duran. So Chico Brown taking over on the mound. And Coach Matt Page, I mean, he has more of that philosophy of every day his pitchers need to be available. No one can necessarily get a day off on the mound. And it's a good recipe in my opinion. And especially when you're on the winning bracket. When you're in the losing bracket, I mean, you definitely have to put your best arm to be able to pitch at the extent of his dominance. Got to get the most out of him. 2-1 the count. But right now, with both of these teams on the winning bracket, definitely going to be making changes to their arms on the mound. But right now, it's Santa Cruz sticking to their guns. Sticking with Elliott Smith, being very dominant on the mound. But right now, it is the breaking stuff for Brown. A couple of merengue steps as they're going to go with the sure play over there at first, dug up. And what a play there for Long Beach to be able to come up with out number 3 and to end the inning. It's a 1-1 tie as we head over to the third. Top of the third inning in Walmarado Park in West Covina, California. And we'll have a pinch hitter, Diego Gonzalez, hitting for Anthony Carrillo. And Carrillo, a very quick outing with an inning and 2/3, 3 Ks, no walks, 3 hits, and an earned run. Back-to-back balls here to Diego Gonzalez. Still remains to be Elliott Smith to two managers, two different mentalities as far as how to run the pitching staff. Much different Santa Cruz team, where it was a high-scoring game against Elma Washington. It was a score of 13-12 and a total of 25 runs scored in that game. But now, it really turned into a pitcher's joust. We got foul ball out of here, 2-2. And since you really like these pitchers' duels, games that are very close and very low scoring game, getting that one by Gonzalez, and another one will bite the dust. So two Ks in 2 1/3 innings of work, and that is 7 straight Long Beach hitters that have been put away. Grounder, easy play for Dodge Room, no worries. He does put away the 9-hitter Jack Walsh on 1 pitch, 2 away. Now we're back to where we originally started with the pitcher Jacob Brown. He did get the start against Kauai, Hawaii yesterday. That'll be a wild miss upstairs, ball 1. Well, Jacob Brown, certainly the difference maker in this game, had a base hit to straightaway center and a ball that was misplayed by the center fielder. Allowed him to advance to third and showing off the wheels, flying on the base path. But then a wild pitch would cash him in. And so far, the difference maker of the game here for Long Beach. And a hefty swing there, trying to hit that one over the fence, maybe even the trees out there in the right field. There's the 2-1 pitch. That's going to miss. Ball 3. And not going to lie, that swing and miss there for Brown when he was finishing up his swing, that backswing really gave me Ken Griffey Jr. vibes and the way he was able to finish. I mean, it just helps that both are left-handed hitters. And Ken Griffey, such a beautiful picture swing, especially when he finished on the backswing. Exact finish, in my opinion. Brown fighting just like he did in that first at-bat. Able to work it for 6 pitches. Doing the exact same thing here, but there will be a pitch number 7. Smith very quick on the wind. Here it comes. Gets him to wave through that one, and Brown goes down on strikes. Another one will bite the dust. So 9 straight batters being put away here for Elliott Smith as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's a 1-1 tie. So your unorthodox double play of a strike him outs, throw him outs, and that's bottom of the third for Long Beach. And they will be swinging the bats here in the top of the fourth inning, as we'll see James, Santillan, and Rivers. And Elliott Smith still on the mound with pitch number 40 coming up. And James, a hefty swing there at the plate, and no results of it. Receiving some news from ESPN that Giants left-handed pitcher Blake Snell is throwing a no-no right now, and also receiving a whole lot of tweets in regards to Major League Baseball. It took them 5 months to be able to sign Blake Snell, and look at him now with the San Francisco Giants and near throwing a no-no against the Cincinnati Reds. As the 0-2 pitch will miss upstairs. Ball 1. This one lifted to the left side, but going a foul into the bullpen for Santa Cruz. Want to make it official. It actually is already final. So Blake Snell has thrown a no-hitter, the second one that we see this season. It was Dylan Cease first last week for the San Diego Padres, and now the San Francisco Giants with a no-no. There's a 2-strike pitch. That is lifted over to left field. A late jump there by Duran, but still able to make the grab. Just shocking. A guy that essentially took forever to be signed by a team in Major League Baseball, and now here he is, being able to throw a no-no, and once winter comes around, he is going to be receiving endless calls by a bunch of teams. So with one away, here is Ishmael Santillan. They start him off with a pitch at the outer half of the plate, 0-1. You want to talk about excellent pitching? Well, I mean, Elliott Smith and Brown going at it now. This will be a bouncer up the middle, hit off of the base, and that will bounce into center. It was looking like Anthony Skinner was going to track that one down and glove the ball, but as soon as the ball was making its way to the glove, hit the base, hopping into center. So here we go, Jordan James, the cleanup hitter. Unfortunately, I haven't seen a whole lot of production here from Jordan Rivers, excuse me, from the tournaments. Gets out of the count here, 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0. Taking that one up and in. So that streak that Elliott Smith comes to an end on that 1-out single by Santillan. Pitch to the dirt. That's going to skip away. So Santillan's going to get advanced over to second on the wild pitch. 3-0 the count. So it ends at 10 consecutive Long Beach hitters being put away. And it was Santillan that made work of that as a 3-0 pitch. Missing upstairs, ball 4. Well, first time we'll see more than one base runner on here for Long Beach. Long Beach Hartwell, as Alan Machado is at the plate. Leave that one upstairs. Nothing to do with that pitch. Ball 1. A little bit of a different Elliott James now, as Mike Lyons can have a very quick chat there on the mound. Just have a couple of words with him, maybe about how to throw to Machado here in this inning. Try to get out of this inning unscathed. I mean, they are essentially one pitch away, a ground ball away from finishing up the threat. 1-0. Goes with the breaking ball. Lions able to get the leather down. Here's the 2-0. Very good spot in the inner half of the plate. Hitter's count here to Machado. Definitely going to be sitting there expecting it. And time is called, and they're going to call it a balk. And so Elliott Smith asking the home plate umpire, hey, what did you see in that to call a balk? So here we go. It's Santillan at third and Rivers on second. You got some good wheels with Rivers. All you have to do is get a base hit, and you can definitely drive in two. As the 2-1, wild miss outside, 3-1. You can see the Santa Cruz coaching staff all hanging out outside of the dugout. Really watching Smith with a lot of caution, and that'll be ball 4, and the base is juiced for David Sanchez. Up here, time is going to be called. And this possibly could be it here for Smith. Manager Brad Smith. So having a meeting on the mound. We haven't seen any signs of a pitching change just yet. Still just 1 out here in the top of the 4th. A game where in these first 3 1/3 innings, it's just been pitchers knocking each other out and getting outs. So it's looking like they're going to stick with Elliott Smith on the mound. Our base is juiced. Good hitting situation here for David Sanchez. Getting a call a little up high. 0-1. Trevor Torres is on deck. It is 2 outs, and Sanchez, a little bit of a lengthy swing there at the plate. It's got to get straight to the ball. Sharpen up on the stride. Maybe choke up on the bat. And he does. Maybe about an inch. There's a 2-strike pitch. That's going to get by. Lions unable to keep that one in front, and that will allow Santillan to come on a score, and that's the go-ahead run crossing the plate, 2-1. So now a little less pressure for Sanchez now that the count is 1-2. Here's 1-2 upstairs. So now with the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. If you're Smith, you're looking for that put-away pitch, that pitcher's pitch to maybe get Sanchez to chase, and that's not the pitch you had in mind. The count's going to go full with the infield in.
Here we go, have some fun, win it, here we go. Don't chase the high ball, let's go. Don't chase the high ball. No. Hey Jordan, you're reading the dirt. Read that dirt ball, here we go, yeah, let's go.
Payoff. And Sanchez is going to foul that one off. Next thing you need to do is put it in the hands of the ump. With that wild pitch, that allowed Jordan Rivers to advance to third and Alon Machado on second. There's a 3-2, a breaking ball, missing high and tight. No, they rung him up. It was a late ring up to David Sanchez, and another one will bite the dust. You were wondering if it was going to get called. It was a little up and in, and a little late on that called strike 3. But nonetheless, 2 away, runners in scoring position, and for Trevor Torres. Able to get back-to-back call strikes. The plate umpire's been liking pitches around the knees in the lower half of the zone as a 2-strike pitch, catching that outer edge. Back-to-back strike 3 calls, and another one will bite the dust. So good work here for Santa Cruz to keeping it to just 1 run to come in to score, but enough to break this tie 2-1. It's bottom of the 4th inning, and now Santa Cruz trailing again by a run, 2-1. Continues to be Jacob Brown on the mound. I mean, can maybe still face 2 hitters if everything goes according to plan, as that curveball continues to work for him. His off speed, just the amount that it moves, just leaving batters frozen. As Dodreau's going to foul that one off, 1-2 states. So Dodreau, Duran, and Lyons in that order. At 1-2, Dodreau will keep that one up. Count will go 2-2. Brown on the wind very quickly. This one's going to be skied over to left field, foul territory. Does he have it? And it rolls out of the glove of David Sanchez. So sigh of relief for Dodreau. Was almost looking like Sanchez was going to knock that one down. May have misread it, misran that ball. 2-2. Here it comes. That's going to be a little up, but it's a foul ball by Dodreau. At the rate of this AB, it could possibly be the last batter for Brown, just possibly. Not sure what head coach Matt Page has in mind for how long he's going to go. 2-2. Breaking ball. This one's lifted again on the left side in foul territory. This one a little tougher for Sanchez. 8 pitches of an AB here for Dodreau. And its lengthy AB is here in Pony League that is going to kill pitching. And already as it is, coaching staff trying to avoid pitchers of getting days off. And if you have a lengthy AB like this, pitch number 9, a ground ball up the middle, and that's going to get through. Machado did everything he could to try to keep that one in the infield, but Dodreau able to get a base hit. So results to be seems to be another inning that they get a leadoff base runner on. So it appears that manager Matt Page going to the scorekeeper, while Brad Smith, manager for Santa Cruz, going with Duran and having him a quick little chat, and it looks like that's going to be it for Brown. Lefty Diego Gonzalez to hang on to this one as that bunt will be popped up. Only play is going to be at first. It's a close play there at first, but the advanced Dodreau to second on a very close play. play a little bit of that small ball here for Santa Cruz. And here comes Mike Lyons with less than 2 outs. That is the tying run on second in the form of Dodrill. So Lyons has a job to do. So Jacob Brown did a great job holding down the fort for an inning and a third with a K, a walk, 2 hits, and no runs scored. Just a lefty-righty matchup here for Gonzalez. This one will be lifted. And Rivers looking to make a play there close to the line, and he's not going to have it. As they're going to play it station to station, extra bases for Mike Lyons. No extra bases. It'll be an E9 on Rivers out there in right. And due to it being a fly ball and looking like Rivers was going to have a play on it, Dodger only able to advance to third. Was not able to come in to score. Batters now Adams. Even count. Well, we've already seen Mike Lyons with a wild pitch, unable to body up on a pitch in the dirt. That'll be a wave and a miss to Adams. Well, hoping that Trevor Torres will be able to body up on the pitch and keep him in front with only 1 out, infield in. As the 1-2. Low and away, 2-2. No harm, no foul. Two. Inside swing, inside pitch, and another one will bite the dust. Adams was trying to do everything he could to get those hands in, and that pitch, it beat him. A big K, big outs defensively here for Long Beach. And with 2 away, here is Ewan Turvey. First pitch he goes after, and he's going to foul that one off. 0-1. And well, if you're Diego Gonzalez, got to get Turvey. Do not want to go back with Anthony Skinner. You go around regardless. Strike 2. So now you're ahead with 2 strikes. You do a whole lot of pitches off of the plate. Something to get him to chase. See, we'll go ahead and step off, and Mark James gonna come over and maybe have just a couple of words to tell Gonzalez. Two-strike pitch, and he's going to lift this one to straightaway center field. Already camped underneath it is Jack Walsh to end the inning. So a tough inning to take in there for Santa Cruz, unable to score a pair of runners on second and third. 4 innings official, 2-1 in favor of Long Beach. Top of the 5th inning we go. Hartwell will bring up 8, 9, and 1. Did square up and go around there for Diego Gonzalez. That's going to go 0-1. Elliott Smith coming back for the 5th. Here's the wind. And Gonzalez very quick with those 2 strikes. And at the rate that this is already going, and I mean, he's already exceeded those 66-plus pitches here for Smith. already going to go with those 4 days off as Gonzalez chases after one upstairs, and another one will bite the dust on good morning, and good afternoon, and good night. Elliott Smith striking out the last 3. And with one away, here is Jack Walsh. And with that K, number 6 in his outing. And Walsh is going to take that one chest high, 0-1. So earlier receiving the notifications of the second no-hitter in Major League Baseball this season. The first one, Dylan Cease last week, righty for the San Diego Padres, who was acquired in the offseason from the Chicago White Sox. And now Blake Snell, former Padre, former Tampa Bay Ray, that was a part of the 2020 World Series against the Los Angeles Dodgers. He has thrown a no-no against the Cincinnati Reds, a team that's filled with young talent and even one of the fastest men in the world, and I say that very exaggerated like, and Eli de la Cruz, who has been a rookie sensation and been stealing bases left and right. He can steal any bag that he wants. And keeping him silent, along with Jonathan India and others. 3-1 here to Jack Walsh. Ground ball, sharply hit, vacuuming that one up his dodge rail. And that is infield 101. As hard as Walsh hit that one, took a pair of hops and dodger, all he really had to do was just literally vacuum that pitch, vacuum that ground ball, and just an easy flip over to first is all. And with 2 gone, here is Jacob Brown. And second pitcher for Hartwell, and he got his job done, and now hoping to be able to do the exact same thing with the stick. So he bats lefty, but then when he's on the mound, he throws righty. Right there, that 5 and 6 slot wide open for him to hit. And looking at this 14U West Zone tournament, I mean, a lot of the hitters, very good directional hitting. I mean, we're used to seeing hitters pulling or going up the middle, but no, not so much the case here. A lot of balls up the middle are hitting the ball the other way. So a lot of tacos being handed out here, and I'm talking about the Apo taco. To righties, a lot of balls to right center or up the middle, as he's going to fan through that one, and Brown goes down on strikes, and another one bites the dust. So 7 Ks through 5 innings here for the starter, Elliott Smith, but it remains a 2-1 Hartwell lead. So bottom 5, and it's another great inning for Elliott Smith. He continues to do phenomenal work and hoping that the sticks can come to life at some point in the game. We'll have hitters 1, 2, and 3 for Santa Cruz. Diego Gonzalez taking charge on the mound, going a full inning of work. Big sigh of relief for Coach Matt Page in not allowing the runners that were in scoring position in the previous inning to score here for Santa Cruz. Lefty-righty matchup. Looking at Diego Gonzalez. Gonna miss upstairs. Ball 3. And Skinner was able to get on base on his last AB with a base hit up the middle, but was caught stealing. And he gets that one by him, getting the green lights to go 3-0. Gonzalez on the wind, and that'll stay upstairs. Ball 4. Anthony Skinner, he's on base. He is definitely a running threat. I mean, yes, he was caught stealing in the 5th, or excuse me, on the 3rd. And Gonzalez being a southpaw on the mound. He's definitely going to be keeping an eye out on Skinner. This time is going to be called by Coach Matt Page. He's sitting at 16 pitches. Not sure if he's going to be pulling the trigger on a pitching change mid at bat. 1-0 the count to Elliott Smith. Smith will sky this one into the night sky, and it will be caught. Throw down over to first. He got him doubled up. So Elliott Smith popping up to Alon Machado and gives it a toss over there to first to double up Anthony Skinner. And that's the second time that Anthony Skinner gets doubled up on the base path. If you're Skinner, you definitely have to make adjustments on the base path, getting a little too ahead of himself. And that was one that you should have stayed closer to the bag at first. If the ball is dropped, nothing you can really do. You're erased out of the base path, but at least Elliott Smith will be on the base path, and there'll still be a runner on, but he was still playing away from first. So they're handing away outs and not what you want to do here, and head coach Brad Smith is certainly going to be frustrated about that one. So Gonzalez just one pitch away from having a 3-batter up, 3-batter down inning. Here's a tough customer in Hunter Denworth, who has gotten on base all two trips, excuse me. This is his 3rd trip. Fanning through that one, a big K, and gets out of that 5th inning. But the defense continues to be locked in for the pitching here. 5 completes, 2-1, Long Beach. So base running miscues by Anthony Skinner that ended up costing them 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. And down here in the top of the 6th, we'll see 2, 3, and 4 here for Hartwell. And with the way that Smith has been pitching, continues to be on the mound. There's a called strike. That was pitch number 80 there for Elliott Smith. And something worth mentioning, max amount of pitches that can be delivered for any pitcher here in this tournament, or just 14U in general, 95. So if you're Smith, you got to start pitching for contact and just looking for some outs. Weak fly balls, weak grounders is what you're aiming for. You don't want to be pulled before that 95 pitch threshold. You're gonna need to come up with better quality pitches than that. So that is Mike Lyons getting on the same page with Elliott Smith, and count evened up at 2-2. We'll see James, Santillan, and Rivers. And this part of the lineup, only a single and a walk has been able to get on. That was the single by Santillan. Was able to come in and score on the wild pitch, and Jordy Rivers got on with a walk. And the payoff pitch ends up being off the plate, ball 4 for Mark James. These walks and wild pitches is what's been dangerous for Santa Cruz. Santillan has a job to do. Runner aboard. He's hitting 1 for 2.
Hey, read the third ball. Read the third ball. Let's go. Hey, read the dirt, kid. Read the third ball. Let's go.
That one upstairs was squaring a bunt. 1-0. A run scored in the first and a run in the fourth for Long Beach. Hartwell, run scored in the first for Santa Cruz. Was showing. That gets by Lions. James to second. Now you're 9 pitches away from that max 95 pitch count. As the 2-0 manages to go with a breaking ball outside, 2-1.
Let's go, Pam. Get some. Get some, Pam. Let's go. Get some.
So now I'm going to be looking for something hittable. Smith on the 2-1. And Santillan goes after one upstairs. 2-2. And that's always the roll of the dice, the gamble on pitches that are a little upstairs. And trust me, if you can barrel up on something up high, man, the ball just flies off the barrel. But Santillan fanning through the 2-2, and another one will bite the dust. 8 Ks through 5 1/3 innings now. And now it is Jordan Rivers coming up to the plate. But to finish up with my previous statement, if you can get the barrel up on a pitch that is a little higher than chest high, boy, does that ball fly. Ground ball. That's through the 5 and 6 slots. They'll put the stop sign on James. Smart decision, as Duran was getting that ball quick into the infield, and Elliott Smith backing up the play, as he should be as the pitcher on a play like that. So Jordan Rivers getting on for a second time today. So pitch number 90. Not sure if Smith is going to have enough to go up against Alon Machado.
Hey, read the third ball. Just like last time. Let's go. Read the third ball.
And the pickoff is going to go to third. Throw to second. One hop. This is going to allow James to come in to score. Heads up, base running all the way around, 3-1. Well, you run into that problem there. When you try to pick off at third with a runner on first, you give your back towards the runner on first. Jordan Smith able to take advantage, and with that pickoff move, it ends up provoking that throw from the third baseman in Ewan Turvey, and with that throw going to second, it allowed Mark James to come in to score. So it's been base running that's been able to get the job done. A wild pitch, and now going in on a stolen base. And a called strike to Alon Machado, but there is still a job to be done with Rivers in scoring position, one gone. Smith got to empty out the tank. Up and away, miss. 2-1. One. And Machado straight to the ball, fouling that one off. Very smooth swing, and I mean, with him being a lefty, lefties have some of the most beautiful swings in the game. 2-2 going to be the count. Alon Machado trying to get his job done as he's going to leave that one up and away. That was pitch 94. Curious to see what is going to happen after this 95th pitch is going to be thrown. Threshold has not been called, so the 2-2 pitch, and that's a drive, but going a foul. And Machado very late on that pitch, and that is pitch number 95. So 99.9% sure this will be the final batter, but Machado continues to be a headache here for Smith and refusing to go down quietly. Very good at bat here for Machado. Always going to see him putting up great quality plate appearances. Is the payoff pitch. This is going to be chops to second. Got to be quick. Dodge roll. The flip over to first, and that's off of the glove of Machado. Rivers on the late reaction. He stops over there at third. Last thing he needs to be hosed there at the plate, but that was a late read. So now Coach Brad Smith, he has to come in with the hook, and that will be that for Elliott Smith. So we'll turn to Fulkerson here in the top of the 6th inning with 1 out. Runners on second and third. Machado able to advance to second on that error. So it was an infield single, but with the error, able to advance to second. And Rivers putting the stop sign. Didn't quite see that play. That's a drive over to the left center field, and that's over the head of Duran. As Rivers comes in to score, here comes Machado, and it'll be a 1-out, 2 RBI double for David Sanchez. So that's a great way to clean up the bases. Just like that, you are on top by 4. Biggest lead of the game here for Long Beach Hardwell. And now we see Trevor Torres still with 1 gone, and the 1 out came on the K to Santillan.
Let's go, Trevor.
Just going to stay upstairs. Ball 1. I mean, 1 pitch was enough for Sanchez to see, to be able to drive that one over the head of Duran out there in left field. Long swing there for Torres.
Hey, David, we're scoring, right? On a single. In the gap, we're scoring. Pull it, Trevor, pull it.
1-1. And that's going to get a piece of him. Not entirely sure where I got a piece of him, but he is A-OK, the most important part. And now, last 4 hitters have gotten on base. So Long Beach will be bringing in a pinch hitter here for Diego Gonzalez. Safe to say that is going to be it for him. And we do see a courtesy runner. So we do see Eddie Green base running at first. We see Nicholas Saib, who will be hitting there at the plate. Saib, excuse me. So Saib going to be in the box. 1-0. Saib a little late. Count's going to go 1 ball and a strike here. Looking at Nicholas Seib, originally from Lakewood. His favorite player, Kevin Pillar, who is a SoCal kid and actually attended Dominguez Hills, a D2 Major League player. I mean, it's not every day that you hear about Division II players that end up making it and getting drafted to the major leagues, or even not even drafted, but you end up being a non-drafted signee, and you make it through the rankings of the minors, or even you go through the independent league, now being referenced as the MLB partnership leagues. You name it, the Frontier League, the American Association League. Looks like we do have another courtesy runner over there at second. Count's going to go 3-1 now to Seib. There's a 3-1, and Seib again falling behind. Count's going to go full. And of course, winner of this tournament will punch their ticket to the 14U World Series, which will be in Washington, Pennsylvania. There's a 3-2, and that'll be grounded foul. Recently went and came back from Youngsville, Louisiana, covering the 10U World Series from Youngsville. Definitely some talent internationally as the payoff, and they're able to get that balk, and I think all of us were able to see that one from here. Game set, and there was some motion after that. Doing some umpiring here from the grandstands. So Brad Smith, now he's coming back onto the mound. Still a full count here to Seib. Still with 1 gone, runners on second and third. This has turned into a nightmare of an inning for Santa Clara. Let's go back to the previous thoughts as far as the 10U World Series from Youngsville, Louisiana, and that international talent, being able to see teams like Tijuana, Mexico, you see Shanghai, China, you see Maracay, Venezuela, and of course the teams in the United States. I mean, one team certainly with a whole lot of bragging rights was San Diego, California, making it to the championship game against Tijuana, Mexico, 2 next-door neighbors. As the payoff pitch, low miss, and the bases will be juiced here for Jack Walsh. But at the end of the whole entire thing, it ended up being Tijuana who was the champion. And it was an impressive game. Nonetheless, it was San Diego able to capitalize on a 4-0 lead. Tijuana with 6 unanswered runs. 6. An absolute momentum shifter from an error from the third baseman for San Diego. And with that momentum shifter, that was enough for Tijuana to ride and to come up with those 6 unanswered runs and allow them to win. Ground ball, and that's off the glove of Casper. Foot race for the bag as a run will come in to score. And how about a 4 unassisted to retire Jack Walsh, but he does get an RBI to cash in David Sanchez and extending this lead. So a 2 away, making it a 6-1 game. Keeping that one low, and the count's going to be ball 1. The on-deck hitter, should we reach Mark James, that will officially be a bat around the lineup. And leaving that one outside. Couldn't believe that that one was called a strike. Night skies atop of us. Nothing but the field lights atop of us. And nothing but summer baseball. Great conditions to play. Not too warm, not too cold. With a subtle cooling breeze. 2-1. And Brown is never going to get cheated out of the swings. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. 2 innings left here for Santa Cruz to get to work offensively. Full count. Big pitch coming here for Fulkerson. It is walk or knock. As the payoff, and Brown with the long drive, but going foul.
Put it in play, Jacob. Just like that. Hey, right over shortstop. Let's go. Come on, 3.
Runners in scoring position for Brown. 3-2 with 2 outs. Here it comes. Getting that one by Brown. Very frustrated with himself. Thought another one will bite the dust, but the damage will be done. 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and a pair of runners left on base. A big inning for Hartwell. Inning we go. Santa Cruz has 6 outs to work with, and it'll be Casper, Dodrill, and Duran in that order, as it'll be Jefferson Cowles who will take over on the mound. Jefferson Cowles, 5'8" frame, weighing in 165 pounds. His favorite MLB player, Randy Johnson. Such a big-time player in Major League Baseball, in the Hall of Fame. What a career he had. I mean, he had just the art of strikeouts and the way that he was worked back then. I mean, easily being able to pitch over 100 pitches. Had a chance to be able to talk to and meet Randy Johnson, who is now a photographer. Also had a chance to meet him up in Hillsboro, where there's a high A affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And really talked about how the major leagues are now and how managers don't necessarily allow their pitchers to go over 5 innings, maybe even 6 innings. Rarely will you see them go 7 innings or more. And I mean, you look at Randy Johnson's numbers, the amount of complete games. Here's a bouncer going over to the third, getting the hop. No, the hop ends up eating Santillana out. Throw over to first, and not in time, as that's going to get away. And here comes Rivers backing up the play. But Casper able to take advantage and go to second on the E5. It'll be an infield single with that E5 for Matt Casper. A runner aboard for Nathan Dodrill. It's a called strike there for Dodrill, 0-1. Dodrill was able to get a base hit in his last plate appearance. Was left stranded at third. Ever since that first inning, they have not been able to score. It's been the constant change of arms here for Hartwell. And you would think that, well, you're going through and using a whole lot of pitchers. Yes, you are using a lot of pitchers. But as long as they don't go a certain amount, then you'll be okay to be able to pitch for the next day. But at the same time, it really does help you in your favor to not allow the opposition to get accustomed to that one pitcher. constant change, having to get down with different timing points as nobody's going to go. Full count here to Dodro. Hoping that Cowles will be able to go this 6th and in the 7th inning. This will be lifted into the night sky, and they'll have a man there, Sanchez, that'll be under the ball.
Hey, one down. Way to go, Big Eddie Green!
So here comes Duran here with 1 out, runner on second. And right now, a tip of the cap here for Cowles, and the contact he's been allowing has not been the greatest. That's a plus. It's the 1-strike pitch, and that ends up getting a piece of Duran. 2 up and in. Things getting rather interesting here for Santa Cruz, getting base runners on. Last time they had 2 base runners on was in the 4th. Looking for a ground ball to get themselves out of this inning with Mike Lyons in the batter's box. Rocking the pink bat. Ground ball to short, and that's going to go through the wickets. As here comes Casper, the throw way up high as Casper will make it a 6-2 game and throw down to third, and no play there. What was going to look like a 6-4-3 tailor-made double play ends up being an E6 and allowing a run to cross the plate. So 2 errors in this inning. Going to make runners on second and third. Now cuts it down to just a 4-run lead. Javier Brazureke, who's going to be in the box now. Brazureke will be hitting for Adams.
Left side, be ready if he's late. Know where you're going. Hey, let's go. Here we go. 1 down.
So Brazureke going to be coming off of the bench, see what he can do. Leave that one low and away. 1-0. Very frustrated Mark James out there at short for not knocking down that play. And you're at that age group where you still have to teach them to knock down the ground ball first, then you come up with a flip or you come up with a throw. The 2-0, and that's a called strike. 2-1. And also still in that age group where in high school, freshman, JV, or varsity, still got to remind them, hey, ball first, then throw. So corner infield is going to play in. It looks like Brown is going to take a couple of steps back from behind the bag as Santillan going to be playing parallel to third. 3-1. Cowell's just trying to have the cleanest inning as possible, and unfortunately getting an unearned run in this inning as a 3-1 breaking ball, just catching that lower half of the plate. Cowell's having to step off with Duran on third, Lions on second. Payoff. Ezerike skying one to shallow left field, and James will be the one to make the grab. It looks like Long Beach will be making a change as Coach Matt Page heading to the scorekeeper. Looks like he's actually going to be sticking it out with Cowells. Thought that maybe Coach Matt Page would have wanted to make a change with going to the scorer's table, and there's a called strike to Ewan Turvey. Big out here for Cowells. Try to just keep it to one run to cross the plate. Just errors were the ones that ended up hitting Long Beach the hardest here in this inning. It's a 1-1. And there's a drive over to right field, but a little late. Looked really good, sounded good off the bats, and just could not keep it fair. One, two. And there's a drive over to right center field, but camped underneath that one, Jack Walsh. But 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors, and a runner. 2 runners left on base at the end of 6. 6-2, Hartwell. Last chances for Hartwell to get some insurance runs here in the 7th inning. We'll see James, Santillán, and Rivers, as this will be a fly ball over to left center field, and going on the run to make that grab, Hunter Denworth. Showing off some of that range to be able to make that grab with one away. Here is Ishmael Santillán that is coming up to the plate. Well, we do have a new pitcher on the mound, and it is a lefty in Ezerike. Go with an off-speed pitch. 0-1 now. Well, for Santa Cruz, they have the righty Elliott Smith max out on his pitches. The count's going to go 1-1. 5 1/3 innings, 8 Ks, 3 walks, 5 hits, 5 runs. 4 were earned. Here's the 1-1. And shanking that one, booting it low, 2-1. In the bottom of the 7th, we will see the top of the lineup in Skinner, Smith, and Denworth. Best part of the lineup there for Santa Cruz. Base runners have been scattered all throughout the lineup. Here's the 3-1. Catching the outer half. 3-2. Here comes the payoff. Upstairs miss. It's not the Young's going to get on with a walk. And there's the run that could get that run that they allowed back. Now we'll see Eddie Green get a swing of the bat. Green's going to be hitting here for Jordan Rivers. Coach Page giving some ABs out to some of the players on the bench. Possibly some players that can get the start in the very next game. And Long Beach trying to be that perfect team here in the West Zone tournament. And should they win that one, well, they will have the 4 o'clock game tomorrow. They'll have the 4 o'clock game, and they will play the winner of Game 10, which entails of West Covina and Kauai, Hawaii, which will be a 10 a.m. first pitch time. So we will know right out of the gates who they'll play. And, well, we're definitely going to be seeing 2 games to be played by winners of Game 9 and Game 10. Not a bad spots there for Rizureke. Lefty sets, and here it comes. And Green's going to fight that one off. 2-2. So still waiting to dictate who the 1 p.m. game will be between Santa Cruz and Long Beach. Loser of that game will play Game 9. Full counts. Game 9 is Rialto versus loser of this game. So the winner of that game of Game 9, they will play against Sierra Madre. So the only teams that are going to get off the hook with not playing 2 games will be winner of this game and Sierra Madre. Payoff, and it misses upstairs, and that's ball 4. Well, it looks like the umpire says that this is the full count. So Rizureke, he'll go ahead and take it, and there's a pitch on the outer half of the plate. Strike 3 call, and another one bites the dust. Now it is Alan Machado who's going to get a chance to swing away. Strike 1. Rizureke utilizing the Uncle Charlie there with plenty of bend to it. Should he get on base, David Sanchez is on deck. Rizureke on the 0-1 and back-to-back call strikes using the Uncle Charlie. Two-strike pitch, runner going, ground ball with the shifting shortstop, and he is still able to make that play. Anthony Skinner. And the good old-fashioned hit and a run. I mean, either way, Machado was trying to avoid a K, and he ends up getting an infield single. I mean, that's the whole reason why you try to get the double play down. You either have shortstop or second trying to knock that one down, and they are going to cover the bag. You hit a ground ball to second, and that'll be a pass ball. That'll allow runners to get free real estate. So it appears Skinner is now taking over behind the plate. Now we see Elliott Smith has taken over as short. Now Brad Smith coming over to Brazareke. And with Skinner, to make sure they'll be on the same page during this at-bat. So another long day tomorrow. But tomorrow will be the last day of 4 games to be played. And should everything go on the winning ways of Sierra Madre and the winner of this one, then it'll go straight to the championships. Of course, there's still some scenarios. Should the winner of West Covina and Kauai beat winner of Game 8, which is this one, the winner of this one, then we'll see another game on Sunday. And same goes for Sierra Madre. Should they lose against Rialto or loser of this one tomorrow at 7 p.m., well, then there will be an earlier game on Sunday to dictate who will advance to the championship game. And everybody it's a double elimination, but as soon as you get to the championship game, you either have it or don't. 2-1. Bounce to the dirt. That gets by Skinner. And cruising in to score is Ishmael Santillan. And they'll get that run back 7-2. That's been the Achilles heel for Santa Cruz. Just not able to have catchers that body up on pitches and keep the pitches in front of them. Three-one. Ball 4. We've definitely seen what these 2-hour rallies have managed to do here for Long Beach Hartwell. So now Coach Brad Smith, he is making some changes. Still here in the top of the 7th inning, and Hartwell threatening with runner in scoring position, and it'll be Matt Casper who will be on the mound. That's Trevor Torres at the plate. Missing upstairs. Runner's going to go. They're going to give the pass to David Sanchez on there on the stolen base. 1-1. He comes on the wind, breaking ball, outer edge, 1-2. One, two. Slashing that one foul. More of an emergency swing there for Trevor Torres, throwing the bat head out. One, two. Not enough bend on the curve. Two. Way outside and risking of loading up the bases. Runners on second and third, 2 away. Casper kicks and fires. Bouncer. Who's going to get it? Nobody's going to come for it. off of the glove of Turvey, the third baseman, as Machado able to come in to score. And it makes it into an 8-2 6-run lead. Sanchez able to advance to third, and Torres getting an infield single with a 2-out RBI. At least they were able to keep the ball in the infield and definitely avoided the runner at third, David Sanchez, to come in to score. Back-to-back call strikes here to Cowles. Again, in the bottom of the seventh, we'll see Skinner, Elliott, Smith, and Hunter Denworth. Free bag once again there for Trevor Torres. You can just tell that Casper, hey, I'm just trying to get Cowles out at this point. Don't need any other distractions. And that'll be a pitch in the dirt. And Skinner able to body up on that one. 1-2. Cowles is going to chop this one, but it goes foul. Inning is turned into a 2 spot here in the top of the 7th. They get that run back. They also get another one for some insurance runs as Cowles fights that one off, and the count's going to stay at 1-2. Cowles really reminding me of the Shohei Ohtani stance. The elbow up, bat head up. All he really needs is just to curl the front toe, and that'll be the Shohei Ohtani stance. The stance and the stride. Needs a little bit of that Ohtani waggle, though, as the 2-2, and this will be a fly ball, shallow center field, but it'll be Elliott Smith that will be there to make the grab. So it turns into a 6-run lead here for Hartwell, and they'll have the top 3 hitters coming up here for Santa Cruz. Long Beach Hartwell looking to shut the door here on Santa Cruz and send them over to the losers column, losers bracket. As the first pitch, Skinner will go after it. Strike one. Ty Gallo will officially take over on the mound. It'll be a righty pitcher here for Hartwell. Skinner getting on base in his last 2 plate appearances. Getting on with a walk and a single. But he gets on base, but then gets into some running errors, if you ask me. They're not going to be errors that are going to be in a scorebook, but they're going to be mental errors. Pitch missing down low. Great discipline there for Skinner to lay off. Here's the 1-2. Gets that one by Skinner. Another one bites the dust. Skinner going after one, but a little too long of a swing. With one away, here is Elliott Smith. I mean, here's one guy that Hartwell has had the number of. And getting Smith to go after one low. Strike one. So as a whole here for Long Beach Hartwell, 7 strikeouts. Pitching has been their strong suit. Bouncer going over to third, able to glove it, throw on the money. No, and that's going to get by Brown. Unable to handle it there, and it'll allow Elliott Smith to get to second.
Good try, Bam. Nobody hurt. One down. Hey, nobody hurt means nothing. Nobody hurt, run means nothing. Let's go, one down. Hey, let's roll it, boys.
Ends up being a single with a throwing error. And bringing a runner into scoring position after getting that ground ball. And here's a ground ball, right side, tossed over to third, and no tag. That gets away from Santillan. And so Elliott Smith will come in to score, but they do get the outs over there at first, which is the still being able to get an out on the play. 3 unassisted on the out to Hunter Danworth, and with 2 gone, last out going to Matt Casper.
Hey, 2 outs, let's go. 2 down, let's go. Good idea. I can see you trying to end it there. Hey, 2 outs, ball forward.
Strike 1, and he came on a foul ball. It's off the mask of the backstop.
Way to be tough, Trevor. Way to be tough, Trevor.
2 more strikes.
What do you get ahead, Ty? Here you go. Here we go, Ty. Go, Gallo. Right to the mid. Go, boys.
Here's the 1-strike pitch. Keeping that one low, off speed. It was a good choice of a pitch there after getting ahead. There's the 1-1 pitch. And did he go around? No swing. And that's a clear call. It didn't go around. Kick and fire, the 2-1, and that'll get by. Now the count's going to go 3-1.
Let's go, Hartwell.
Bases cleared. Here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes the 3-1. And Casper's going to turn on one. Long foul ball. Safe to say, shouldn't go inside to Casper. Unless you're going to go with an off-speed pitch. Maybe low and inside. Here comes the payoff. And catching the outer half of the plate, a strike 3 call. As you can put a W on the board for your Long Beach Hartwell. And they will stay in the winner's brackets. And they are sitting a perfect 2-0 in the bracketology, trying to keep up with Sierra Madre, who is also 2-0. So now it will be Santa Cruz that will be playing against Rialto, California tomorrow morning at 1 o'clock. Our 10 a.m. game already set since first pitch. Kauai playing against West Covina, 10 a.m. first pitch time. Then the winner of that game 10 will play against that 4. Will play in the 4 p.m. game, and it will be Long Beach Hartwell playing against the winner of game 10, which is West Covina and Kauai. Then the night slate, Sierra Madre will play against the winner of the Rialto and now Santa Cruz game. And of course, depending on what the results are, we could be seeing more action on Sunday. Well, on behalf of our production crew, Mike Begeary as our producer, I am Alex Naveca saying thank you so much for tuning into this one, for tuning into all of the action all day long here with us in BNN Productions. We will be back tomorrow giving you guys all day coverage